everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Dear Sharita, where you guessed it, I'm Sharita. So today, I know it's been a little while since I've posted, but I am back into full effect. I'm back in full effect. And I thank you all for everyone that has already watched videos that I have posted on my channel. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the content that you have received previously. I am back in, and today I'm going to be starting a kind of a series, and it's going to be dealing with 5 common fears that people have when they're entering into entrepreneurship, because that's one of the things that I have experienced. So this is something that I am currently an entrepreneur and have been for several years now. So I just wanted to try to talk about some of the common fears and also some ways that we could possibly overcome these fears, and maybe even put in some of those things that I did to overcome. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. The first one that I'm going to be talking about, I'm only gonna be doing one in this video because I kind of want to go into a little bit more detail about each particular fear, because each one of these are fears that people really experience. And even as you go into entrepreneurship or any other endeavor that you may walk into, or any journey that you begin, these fears are there for a lot of people, for even most of the people that just do it. You know, I've heard a lot of times people say do it afraid and those sort of things. So these fears that I'm going to be talking about in these next few weeks are going to be fears that people don't just feel one time and they're able to move on, but they're actually things that people continue to fear, and you have to constantly remind yourself to not allow these things to affect what you want to do or what your goals are. So the first one that I really want to talk about, they're all extremely important. They are very serious things that a lot of people feel. And the first one I'm going to talk about is the fear of the unknown. So this is something that I definitely struggled with. And again, it wasn't just walking into entrepreneurship. I struggled with the fear of the unknown in a lot of areas of my life, and because of that, it stopped me from moving forward. It caused me to play it safe in a lot of areas. If I was not sure about what the possibilities were, if I stepped out into a new thing or new idea, a new project, or anything like that, if I was stepping into anything new and I had any level of fear of the unknown, it definitely caused me to pause and take a long step, if I took the step, because I wasn't sure about what the outcome was going to be. So with the fear of the unknown, a lot of times this is something that when we're kind of anxious about, if I do this, if I take this step, if I walk into entrepreneurship, what is that gonna look like? Am I gonna succeed? Am I gonna be good at it? Am I gonna have help? Am I gonna be able to sell my products? Am I gonna be able to sell my service? Are people going to like me? So there's so many different things that come with that, so many different thought patterns that may be attached to the fear of the unknown. And just this alone is something that causes a lot of people to feel really anxious, or to just not even take the step, just from this alone. So one of the things that I learned to do when dealing with the fear of the unknown was telling myself that if I don't ever take a step, then I won't know. it'll always be unknown. So it'll be unknown to not just me, but to everybody. And that may be the very thing that I was put on this earth to do. That may be my very purpose. But because I was fearful to step out, it could be the thing that I never reached my full potential. So this was a thought that I had, and this was something that I really thought about that helped me and encouraged me to at least make an effort to try to move forward specifically in entrepreneurship. But with me, it was in a lot of areas of my life, as I stated before. So with the fear of the unknown, the biggest thing you can do to try to overcome it is to push through and go with your heart, because a lot of times your heart, your gut is going to be telling you this is something that I really want to do, especially if it's something that you're passionate about. Because a lot of times the things that we really are passionate about and we can do with ease, it's a gift. It's a gift that's been placed inside of us. And sometimes we know that we have a gift, we know that we have what it takes, but because we don't know how we're going to be received, it can cause us to be not able to move forward. So the biggest thing is just knowing, even though you may be afraid, even though it may be nerve-wracking, just the thought of not knowing, moving forward anyway, pushing at least one step and then the next step, not thinking about the end result, but just taking it step by step, moment by moment, and day by day is the best way to work on overcoming something such as the fear of the unknown. Again, the biggest thing is just doing it when you're afraid. And that's what helped me. I've been afraid of a lot of things because just not knowing what was going to happen just caused me to be afraid. And I just had to go. Even with starting a YouTube channel, I was afraid. I'm not quite sure all of the reasons why I was afraid, but just not wanting to be in front of the camera, not wanting to say something wrong, not wanting to feel, like I don't know, not feeling confident in knowing what I'm doing. Those types of things will cause you not to take those steps. So I had to even overcome that, because I think my first initial thoughts to do a YouTube channel actually came probably about 5 years ago. But for me to actually start taking steps, it took at least 3 or 4 years to even do that. And even after I started, I still had to rebuild the courage, rebuild the confidence that I needed to get back into it, even to get back in now today to keep moving forward. So it doesn't, like I said, it's not something that just goes away. It's something that you're continuously working on, because these fears can come back at any given time, especially if your mind was already there for so many years. Sometimes it just takes practice and practice to be able to overcome these types of thoughts. And then just when you're having these fear of the unknown, start to think about positive things that can also come about. Because a lot of times when we're having these fears, we're thinking about all the negative things that can come from it. But oftentimes we don't put in the positive of what can come from it, how we can be helping people, how we are able to get out information about things that we have knowledge, and we can be able to help others get to a place that we are. It can help build our self-confidence. It can help build so many different things, so many reasons why this can be helpful. We don't think about those things. We always think about the negative things, and then that's where the fear comes in, and it like grabs hold of us, and we feel this tightening of the chest and all these different negative thoughts. And then all it takes is somebody else on the outside as well to agree with the negativity and the fear that we're already feeling, and then that's the thing that shuts us down. So we definitely have to block out other thoughts, block out other opinions, and not try to include everybody in their opinion in what you are desiring to do. Because when you're already feeling a little bit of fear, it doesn't take much for somebody else to say, yeah, you're not going to be good at that. And then you grab that because that's what you're already feeling, and you agree with that, and then you don't move forward. So we want to overcome. And these are the things that I'm saying. I use these things. It's not just something I'm telling you. These are things that I use because I was very afraid of stepping into entrepreneurship, even though I had helped so many other people in the area, so many other people with all the steps that it took. I never decided on my own. I didn't really have that thought pattern. I was perfectly fine working a 9-to-5. And then maybe doing some type of side stuff, but never really thinking about taking all the skills that I have and actually stepping out into entrepreneurship myself. So I was very afraid and was very much pushed into it because of the gift that I have. And so I'm not going to go into that because that will be another video for another time, but that is something that kind of helped me go along, recognizing the gift that I had inside of me and understanding that my gift is not just for me, it is actually for others. And that alone, my desire to help other people pushed past my fear of what could happen if I don't move forward. So the biggest thing with the fear of unknown is you must believe in yourself and what you're trying to achieve. So if you're believing in yourself and you know that what you're trying to achieve is bigger than what your fear is, then it should help you. And also blocking out all the other people and other thought patterns and things that may distract you. And then just taking it step by step. So that's all we're going to be talking about today. I will see you in the next video. But thank you for listening to the content today. I hope that everything was helpful. There is going to be 5 different steps. So we are going to go into each video, each step a little deeper. And then if you have any questions or anything, you can definitely put those down in the comments. If you would like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful day.